Hello students, welcome to class. Today we're going to be looking at a little conversation that I had with this young lady who came up to me when I was outdoors at my local cafe just hanging out with friends, and she recognized me and said, "Are you that vegan teacher? And can she have her picture taken with me?" This happens to me almost every single time that I am out in public. Young people recognize me all over the place, even if they're visiting from other countries. Now, being famous is nothing I was ever really prepared for. I was just doing animal rights activism on TikTok and on YouTube, just like a lot of people do. However, I've had to try to find out how to deal with it, try to figure it out. And I'm always a little uncomfortable when people come up to me, and especially for me, it's not like I'm a popular actress. I'm somebody who's quite controversial. So when people come up to have their picture taken with me, sometimes they are haters, sometimes they are absolute true fans, and sometimes they are in between, and they often lie and say that they're vegan when they're not. So when this young lady came up to me, I said, well, before I agree to have my picture taken with you, I'd like to have a conversation with you. So that's kind of my new rule now. I turn my own camera on and I interview the person and see if they're truly vegan, just because I want to make sure they at least understand what goes on in the dairy industry and in the egg industry, because so many of them are misinformed. Even those who don't eat meat, they don't really understand the difference between being vegetarian and being vegan. So what I try to do is have a conversation, and what you're about to see is me having that conversation. Now it starts off with us talking around the very loud music. That's exactly the moment that she approached me, and I quickly turned on my camera even before speaking to her. And then we moved away, so you'll be able to hear a little bit more later on. So here's the conversation, if you're interested. Hi there! So you came up to me and say you're vegan?
Yes, I'm vegan.
Are you honestly telling the truth? Because you know a lot of people come and say they're vegan.
I'm telling the truth.
Okay, so tell me about your life. How do I know?
Well, I started in high school. I started...
Way away from music. And you start, how old are you now?
I'm 17.
Okay.
And I started when I was in high school in grade 3. Yeah.
How was that? Were you like the only one?
I started with my sister, but she didn't really...
Stick to it?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
So I'm doing that.
And so what did you eat today? What's a typical thing that you ate?
Well, for breakfast, I just had fruits as usual. And for lunch, I had like salad and vegetables.
French fries. Okay. Fries are vegan. No, people are always like, I hate vegan food. I'm like, have you ever tried fries? Like,
Sorry.
so, and what made you decide to be vegan? Like, did you see any documentaries or anything like that?
Yeah, I saw the commercial with the chicken nuggets at McDonald's, and it was so sad. It was so sad. Like,
What did you see exactly? Because a lot of people who watch my channel, they don't actually believe what's going on, right? Because on TikTok, I can't show, right? They just remove the videos and try to just delete the channel just for telling the truth. So what did you see? You described what do they do to them? The little chips?
The little the video.
Okay, that's okay.
The chickpeas, are they called? The chickens, the little chickens. Yeah.
Chickpeas is a food, but okay.
The chickens, they get like smushed up in the machines. They kill the little chickens.
Yeah, they macerate them.
Yeah, exactly.
So why do they do that?
To make the chicken nuggets, the ones that you eat at McDonald's.
Well, actually, come here. You know what really happens? Okay, they do grind up chicken parts for McNuggets, okay? But the reason that the baby chicks are ground up, and it's only the boys, is because they'll never be able to lay eggs. You see? The egg industry is just a cycle of misery. They lie to you endlessly. Don't buy eggs, walk away. Go to egg-truth.com today. So they go on these giant assembly lines and they pick them out.
That's horrible.
Right? Because they're a different kind of a chicken than the ones that people eat. Right? So do you know what they do to the cows in the industry? So the cows, like the baby cows, it's similar because with the baby cows, if they're boys, what will they not be able to produce?
Boys?
Yeah. When the boys, who gives us the milk?
Oh, the female.
Right, and they have to be pregnant.
Yeah.
Right? So what happens when they have a boy?
Oh, they have to make a meat. Is it?
Well, sorry, my camera's off because I'm so busy into the conversation. But yeah, what happens is with the boys in the dairy industry, they kill them.
Oh my God.
The babies. And the reason they kill them is because when they grow up, they'll never be able to produce milk. So the dairy industry is so horrible. At the beginning, there's the sexual assault, because they assault the males. They literally touch them inappropriately to get the sperm. Okay? Then they insert that into the female. What's the other word for that? It starts with the letter R.
Rape.
Right?
Yeah.
So you start off with dairy industry is a sexual assault and rape. Then when the baby's born, they take away someone's baby. Now what would happen if somebody took away my kid and ran off with them? That would be called kidnapping.
Exactly.
Right? So you got sexual assault, rape, kidnapping, and then after that, what did they steal from the mother?
The babies.
The baby and her milk. Right? So what have you got? Sexual assault,
Rape.
and kidnapping and stealing.
Yeah.
Right?
Kidnapping.
And then what do they do to the babies and the mothers at the end? They murder them. So you think of like, the worst words, the worst things that can happen to anyone are these things, right?
Mm-hmm.
That somebody sexually assaults you,
Yeah.
that somebody steals your baby,
Yeah.
that somebody, pins you down and steals your milk, like all of it, right?
Because the cows, they don't have a voice, but we do.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's your name?
Athena.
Athena. Thank you, Athena. So you are one of the animals' voices. So what I suggest you do, Athena, is I don't know if you've seen these documentaries, but to really understand more, just try to memorize this. Earthlings. Earthlings, like the earth?
Yeah.
Like earthlings. So just memorize that and watch that. That was what really made me like bawl my eyes out in the first video. There's a bunch of others. But if anybody else is like watching this, there's one called Dairy is Scary. It's only 5 minutes long. That's super easy to watch because it's so short, right? And it's made by a young lady who I know who lives in Ontario. And I've met her at different camps and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a very popular video. Dairy is Scary. Yeah. And so, now you know about the meat, dairy. Well, of course, meat is obvious. We don't need to eat animals. Like, we don't need any
It's
of
not
it.
necessary.
Right? Guess how long I've been vegan?
I would say like 17.
No! A lot of people think that, but no. See, I'm 57, and I've only been vegan for 6 years.
Oh, wow. Oh.
Right? So if I can change when I'm older, don't you think that other people can change? Right?
Exactly, yeah.
You just have to know about it. And so what are your parents like? Do they think you're crazy or?
Well, my dad, he didn't want me to be vegan because I don't know, he thinks that me eating like meat is important. But then he like understood me and he feeds like my other family like me, but not me. But my mom accepts it.
Your mom accepts it, yeah. So what you can tell your dad is to Google vegan athletes. Now, there's another cool movie, okay? It's all about athletes. There's no talking really about the animals, it's just the health aspect. It's called The Game Changers. The Game Changers. So if you tell your dad to watch that with you, say, Dad, check this out. Like, there's amazing athletes like at the top levels. So, if they can be vegan, so can your mom and dad, hopefully. But yeah, you wanted to get your picture taken with me. So look, my rule is always that I ask people to have a little conversation with me first. So you've been super polite. So thank you. And now I'm going to turn my camera off. And we're going to take a picture. Okay? Okay, say bye to everyone.
Bye.
Look in the mirror and sing this song. Sing, I will be brave, I'll be vegan from now on. Look in your heart and sing this song. Sing, I will be brave, I'll be vegan from now on. Eat only healthy vegan things. Never eat anyone's arms, legs, or wings. Don't eat anyone who had ears or eyes. Make sure when you eat that nobody cries. Break old habits you had for years. Save animals from so much terror and tears. Train yourself to always be in the mood to only buy healthy vegan food. Sing this song and declare it. I'll be vegan from now on. Declare it. Put your hand on your heart and sing it loudly. Today is the day I will start. I'll be vegan from now on. Let's follow that vegan teacher on YouTube right now. Let's help her save every chicken, pig, and cow. Let's follow that vegan teacher on YouTube right now. Let's put our empathy into action. This show us